Welcome back, Tamriel adventurers, and today we're going to be discussing NPC guilds, namely the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and the Undaunted, which is kind of a guild. I'm going to explain why I think you should join them as early as possible in your game, what each skill line from the guilds can offer your characters, and how you level each of the skill lines as well. I am planning to do a deep dive full playthrough of the Fighters Guild story quest line and the Mages Guild story quest lines in the near future, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. But right now, let's talk about why and how you join. First off though, these three NPC guilds can be really advantageous to newer characters and also form part of a lot of high-end character builds that you'll find on the internet as well. So starting them early on means that you can unlock it, level it as you're playing and adventuring around Tamriel, and they're actually really easy to get started with as well. So once you reach your first main alliance story zone after playing your starter island, or by fast travelling directly to it if that's how you roll, you can get the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild unlocked in less than a couple of minutes, but you will have to wait until level 10 to start the Undaunted. So you need to start by visiting Davon's Watch in Stonefalls if you're in the Ebonheart Pact, Vulkulgard in Oridon if you're Aldemary Dominion, and Daggerfall in Glenumbra if you're a member of the Daggerfall Covenant. Or, in the base game, you can visit Vivec City in Vardenfell, which is previously a DLC. There is also a main city in all of the DLC zones if you prefer to do it this way as well, and I'm going to put a list of those cities on the screen for you now. Firstly, let's locate the Fighters Guild Hall marked with a sword on the map as we see here. When you get there, just inside you'll find an NPC with a quest marker above their head. They're the Hall Steward, and that's who's going to tell you all about the Fighters Guild and invite you to join. And this unlocks the Fighters Guild questline for you very quickly, plus a slightly annoying NPC called Barrymore Smith, who will constantly shout at you, "The guild is of need of you, comrade," as you pass any Fighters Guild hall in the game. But that's associated with the questline for Fighters Guild and definitely for another video. So once we've got the Fighters Guild unlocked, we're going to be looking now for the Mages Guild in the same city, and that's marked by the symbol on the screen now. And on entering the Mages Guild, you'll find another NPC who will tell you all about the Mages Guild and allow you to join, opening the Mages Guild skill line for you as well. Now, I like unlocking both of these guild skill lines as early as possible, especially before I get too far into any questing, so it's normally my first port of call in my first main alliance zone at about level 3 or 4. They have two passive skills, one in each of the skill lines to spend some skill points on straight away after joining. Fighters Guild has a passive skill called Intimidating Presence, and the Mages Guild has Persuasive Will. Both of these skills can allow you to skip some running around on quests by being able to select a dialogue option prefaced by Persuade or Intimidate. And this can save quite a bit of time when you're questing, so I always try and unlock it as soon as possible so I have it in my toolbox to use. Joining the Undaunted is a little bit more involved, but still fairly simple, but it can't be joined until you get to level 10. In the same city as before, you need to find a pub where there's a rowdy group of NPC adventurers gathered, and there could be more than one pub in that city, so do check. For Stonefalls, it's actually the tavern closest to the docks. In Vulkulgard and Daggerfall, there is only one, and you need to interact with NPCs Turok Redclaws, Mighty Mordra, or Kaelstig the Axe, and that is faction and location dependent. You're going to be sent on a little adventure to visit, but not complete, a group dungeon in that alliance zone. So for Stonefalls, it will be Fungal Grotto 1. For Oridon, it's going to be Banished Cells 1, and for Glenumbra, it's going to be Spindle Clutch 1. And as you're doing this at level 10 plus, then you can actually use the Dungeon Finder to join a group and complete that dungeon if you want to. It's really good because you can gain the skill point from that quest, claim all the juicy XP, etc. And because you get the skill line when you get given the quest to go to the dungeon, it will count as earning Undaunted reputation as well. Now you could just travel there, enter and leave again. Whichever option you choose though, you will have to return to the tavern where you started the quest, which is actually where it will be beneficial to use the Dungeon Finder, because when you leave instance after the end of the dungeon, you'll get straight back to where you left from. And then you need to go back and complete your initiation into the Undaunted, which does involve some chanting and singing, so feel free to sing along.
No fear of Daedric Plain. We are Undaunted.
Then you're all set up with the last of the 3 NPC guild skill lines from the base game. So let's talk about how you actually level each of these skill lines, and you do that by earning reputation with the guilds themselves. For the Fighters Guild, that means you need to be taking out Daedra and any undead enemies and bosses you come across. Completing dolmens or other incursions also give you a big boost to Fighters Guild at the end. You can also do repeatable Fighters Guild dailies to earn bonus reputation and loot. But early in the game, especially as you're going through the main story quest line with the Prophet, you're going to be killing a lot of Daedra. So it's actually really easy to level the Fighters Guild passively just by going about your normal adventuring and enjoying the game. Doing the Fighters Guild quest line, however, does not advance the skill line, other than any undead or Daedra you encounter as part of it. You get 1 reputation point per kill and a bonus 20 for completing a dolmen for the first time. This makes dolmens a really attractive way of earning Fighters Guild reputation and leveling this skill line. To earn reputation with the Mages Guild, you will need to collect purple glowing lore books scattered all across Tamriel. Now you earn 5 reputation per book found, but you get a big boost of 20 reputation when you complete a set of books. Now you can see sets of books by checking your journal and under the Shaladors section of the lore library, or by looking at your zone guide on the map screen. There's also repeatable dailies which can send you off to a public dungeon to pick up a relic and return it to Alva in the Mages Guild, which offers 10 Mages Guild reputation each time you do one of them. You can't increase the skill line by playing the game, you have to go on the hunt for the books or do the dailies. So completing the Mages Guild questline does not advance your skill line, it's just the purple books or dailies to get that done. To earn reputation with the Undaunted, you've got to be completing dungeon achievements. You can also complete Undaunted pledges from level 45 onwards, or again by repeatable daily delve quests provided by Bolgrul in the Undaunted Enclave. Each time you complete a new group dungeon on normal difficulty, you can earn 25 reputation points. But if you go back and do it again on the veteran level, you get more reputation. If you complete some of the other achievements like the no death or speed runs, there's more reputation to be gained. You can check out all the achievements in your journal, achievements, dungeon/vet dungeon/DLC dungeon sections. It is completely possible to get max level Undaunted with just the base game only, but now we've got the DLC group dungeons and they outnumber the base game group dungeons. There's a lot more flexibility in how you can get to max Undaunted. So are these guilds and their skill lines worth it for all of your characters? And the answer is yes. The Fighters Guild have some awesome skills in their skill line, and they are still staples in some of the top end builds that people put on the internet. The Dawnbreaker Ultimate, the Beast Trap, and also the Camo Hunter can offer some great options, so well worth having, and not just on stamina based characters either. One of the biggest benefits of the Fighters Guild though, in my opinion, is the passive Banish the Wicked. This helps you generate extra ultimate when you kill enemies just by having a Fighters Guild skill slotted on one of your bars. Now, ultimate generation is a huge part of meta builds in recent updates, but also it's a big benefit for any character, and this skill line is so worth having. The Slayer passive also increases your weapon and spell damage just by having a Fighters Guild skill slotted on your bar. So you can get 2 big positives just by having a skill slotted and never even use it. Now, I often incorporate a Fighters Guild skill on my back bar to get the benefits of these 2 passives. So for the Mages Guild skill line, Magicka based characters will undoubtedly get the most out of levelling up the Mages Guild skill line, but it does have utility for other characters as well. The Meteor Ultimate is still one of my go-to ultis on mag characters, and Mage Light for some PvP or extra mag, and the Weapon and Spell Critical for just having it on your bar in PvE is still worth having in my opinion. Entropy was a meta spammable skill not so long ago, and when linked with the Mages Guild passives can still be great as well. and I love having the Persuasive Will passive for when I'm out questing. Collecting lore books can be a laborious slog and it puts a lot of people off, but with add-ons now on console as well as PC, it really can be a lot easier. I'm going to do a real-time lore book collecting video to demo how quickly it can be done now with the add-ons at some point in the future, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to see that one. The Undaunted skill line probably offers the most group utility in all three of these skill lines. The Undaunted command and Undaunted metal passives can offer any character a real benefit to stats and recoveries and should be considered still very viable when you're building out your characters and setups by making sure you're wearing all three types of armour, for example. The skills are also well used in many builds. The range taunt for tanks has been a go-to skill and still remains important, and the healing Blood Altar and Necrotic Orb morphs are essential skills for healers to provide group utility. So I would rank this skill line as pretty important for any character to have leveled up. As you will likely be doing dungeons as part of your general gameplay and adventures anyway, it means it will probably level up without too much thinking about it, or perhaps some targeted adventures to get it fully leveled might be needed towards the end. But I love the 4-person dungeons as part of my game enjoyment, so for me it's an easy choice. So hopefully now you can see why I suggest joining these NPC guilds as early as possible in your Tamriel adventures. They offer some great skills and passives to all characters and some really good benefits for any level of character as well. The Fighters Guild and even the Undaunted are probably going to be levelling up as you go round adventuring, killing Daedra, doing dolmens and dungeons, etc. and basically enjoying the game. So getting them started as soon as possible means it's passively levelling. It's just the Mages Guild that needs conscious effort to level up, and even that's got easier now that console has add-ons. I'm going to be doing some deeper dives into all three of these skill lines and how I utilise them on my different characters. And I'm also going to be doing the Mages Guild story questline as well as the Fighters Guild story questline playthroughs in full. So make sure you subscribe if you would like to see that going forwards. If you've got any value out of this video, please consider hitting the like button. It really helps new creators like me. And I'd love to know which of these three skill lines you think is the best. So drop me a comment and we'll chat. Thanks for watching.